Hello and good morning. Welcome back to another look at a film from 2015 that is turning 10 here in 2025. This is the third of five that I'll be doing of these films. And the first two were big blockbuster films that really, probably very memorable. I did Jurassic World, which, ironically getting a reboot again this year. I did Furious 7, which really one of the more impactful pieces of that Fast and Furious series because of it being the final film for Paul Walker. Well, today, going in a little bit of a different direction, I am covering Spotlight. Spotlight, a drama from Tom McCarthy, also won Best Picture that year. And that makes it very exciting for me for a couple of reasons, because usually films that I like a lot don't tend to do well in the awards. So as soon as I saw Spotlight, I fell in love with it. It was my favorite film of the year 2015. It's right up there still among my favorite films of all time. One of my favorite journalism films, and I really love journalism films. If you followed me for a while, you know that's something I'm into. So I figured it probably had no chance, and yet when it won Best Picture, I was super pumped, incredibly thrilled to see that happen. Because, as I mentioned, usually when I love a film, that's probably the kiss of death. I always apologize to films that I am pulling for because it never seems to work out for them. But it did work out here. This one actually won Best Original Screenplay as well. Had a total of six nominations, but won a couple. Very impactful story. It tells the story of a group of journalists working to basically break the story of what's happening, some of the abuses that happened to kids, especially within the Catholic Church. These journalists work for the Boston Globe. Their Spotlight was actually the name of the unit. That was a deep dive unit. It has a great cast, including Mark Ruffalo, Michael Keaton, Rachel McAdams, John Slattery is in this one, Leo Schreiber, Brian D.R.C. James. Just a really great group. Stanley Tucci also in here. And it chronicles how they got to the bottom of this and how they ended up going public and how it really changed a whole lot of things. It's a landmark film, but it was a landmark investigative piece of journalism. I thought there were some incredible performances. I am a huge Michael Keaton fan, and I really loved him here. Rachel McAdams, Mark Ruffalo were also very good. It's a very emotional film, especially at the end when there is a scroll of lists of victims. It is a very emotional time, but it was a very important story. It was very beautifully told, and I was thrilled to see it win Best Picture. And even 10 years later, you can see it still makes a big emotional impact. So if you've never seen it, I recommend giving it a try. Maybe not a lighthearted if you're looking for a comedy on a Saturday night, but it is a very well made film. It is currently streaming on Stars, so hopefully it'll be there for a little while. But that movie is Spotlight. So that is my 2015 rewind for today. I'll be back next week with yet another film out of 2015 that is turning 10 this year. Until then, you guys have a wonderful